For this week's PTSD Art Therapy, I'm going to show you my paper mache sculpture idea. You want to see how I finish off my paper mache sculpture ideas and listen to what I have to say regarding nail biting side effects. Keep on watching. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. So for this week's tutorial, we are looking at some paper mache sculpture ideas. And what we're going to do is we're going to finish the paper mache armature. Okay, so we did that with the paper. Now, one thing that I wanted to show you guys, if you guys ever want to create this yourself and you want to just use, and you want to do the paper mache strips, it does kind of change the color. The paper mache plaster clay, and I have two. What I have is, I just actually ended up just creating my own kind of clay. So we're going to use this one, and then later on we're going to add more plaster to this one to see if we can thicken it up and make it a little bit whiter and add it on top. So guys, so last week we spoke about anxiety. So for this channel I am talking about my miscarriages and just trying to speak a little bit more about mental health. And one of the side effects of anxiety comes the ability to release the stress, and a lot of people will be nail biters. And they say actually that more women are nail biters than men. For myself, I don't bite my nail, but I do fiddle with my fingers. And after I had my miscarriage, to relax myself, it happens, but I do it even when I'm relaxed. Onychophagia, commonly referred as nail biting, is a chronic condition that is repetitive and compulsive in nature, and generally seen in children and young adults. And one of the studies that I saw says that nail biting actually starts from when you're a child, and although you may grow out of it, you can actually pass that trait on to your child. Never mind, you've stopped way before you have children, which I think is quite interesting. Why do we nail bite? Nail biting is a sign of anxiety or stress. Sometimes it's delayed trauma. It is a repetitive behavior that seems to help you cope with the challenging emotions that you have. Now, nail biting actually can also be a sign that you're bored. It could be a sign that you are hungry. Nail biting can also be linked with having a perfectionism personality type. And perfectionist people are generally people who like things a certain way. Now, to go over one trigger with perfectionism is that having a miscarriage is very traumatic because it's kind of like a failure of being able to fulfill, whether it be a desire or at least the ability to carry a child. And that can trigger a lot of anxiety and little compulsions that a person might have. And like I said, for myself, it would be fiddling with my fingers. Okay guys, so this is what this looks like so far. It was left to dry last night overnight. I was able to put in the back spine all the way up with the bum. And I created a nice bum so that, because when you sit down, your bum is accentuated a little bit, especially if it's firm. And then the belly. Now for the hands, for the hand and feet, what I wanted with the hands was I thought my stomach was going to be a lot bigger for this statue. So I wanted to have dramatic hands kind of holding and securing the baby. But now that it's small, I was just looking, and I think I'm just going to cut my hands about there, my arm there, and then add the hand. So it will still be dramatic. It just won't be as dramatic as that. This portion here, I think I might just cut it here a little bit. Some of the cures for nail biting. Now, one of the best ways is to always go and get your fingers manicured. Psychologically, looking at your hands that's manicured generally will tend to stop you from wanting to bite your fingernails. Keeping your fingernails low, and then also putting on a nail, you can put stickers on top of your fingernails. Some of the other things is when your stress level goes up where you feel like you're going to bite your fingernails, trying to figure out what triggered that response will also help you alleviate the need for nail biting. And then the other thing is to have a stress ball or some kind of putty or something that you can keep in your hands so that your hands are always in motion. They also have nail polish that tastes really bad where you can put that, and you can do that at home. And every time you taste, you go to put your finger in your mouth or your nail in your mouth, then it tastes horrible, that you'll stop. Being Caribbean, I used to suck my thumb. They just put some hot pepper on that baby and that was it. And not even they, it was my siblings who did it. So someone can do that for you. And also trying to reduce down stress. You can also release the stress by having either a stress ball or a puffy ball, something to keep your hands mobile, something to keep your hands always in that mobile motion, which is really good. Try and find a different way of releasing that stress. And one of the best things is to go for a walk. You guessed it. Go for a walk, guys, if you're stressed and you're nail biting. If you want to show me any of your craft ideas, I do have my Instagram page where you are able to tag me in any of your projects. I also have my Facebook page where you're able to upload different DIY projects. You can check out the link in the description box. Now that I've given you some paper mache sculpture ideas, you can check out this tutorial next on how to make paper mache. If you like this week's video, hit that like button, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and share the content with your family and friends. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week. Take care.